G'day, it's Mark here and welcome back to the channel. And in today's episode, we cover the ZB Fairlane. If you haven't already, check out the first episode in the series for Fairlane, the ZA, and let's get into the ZB now. The ZB Fairlane was produced from March 1968 to July 1969. The Fairlane range consisted of the carryover standard Fairlane, which was now called the Fairlane Custom, with a 6-cylinder engine, which was now a 3.6 litre, and the Fairlane 500, which had the factory V8, now 302 cubic inches instead of 289 in the ZA. Other changes included new script on the Fairlane badging, which was now in italics as opposed to in capital letters on the ZA, new taillights, new steering wheel, new hubcaps. However, the front grille and most of the other elements were pretty well carry-overed from the ZA, which was highly successful and had become market leader in its segment. The Fairlane was marketed as unique in the world of luxury motoring. And it's funny because while Ford Australia used the parts bin for some US components, they also seemed to take some of the ideas from the US advertising agency, because the Ford Thunderbird slogan was unique in all the world. The standard engine in the Fairlane Custom was Ford's 3.6 litre straight 6-cylinder engine, which was 221 cubic inches, and it put out 135 horsepower or 208 foot-pounds of torque, which was 101 kilowatts or 282 newton meters. The 302 cubic inch engine, V8, which was known as the Mustang 302, put out 210 brake horsepower and 300 foot-pounds of torque, or 157 kilowatts or 407 newton meters. Length of the car was 196.1 inches or 4,981 millimeters. Width 74.7 inches or 1,897 millimeters. Height 55 inches or 1,397 millimeters, and a wheelbase of 116 inches or 2,946 millimeters. In response to the success of the Fairlane, both Holden and Chrysler wanted to cash in on this new market segment, and they hurriedly rushed competitive vehicles to market. In fact, Holden purchased a ZA Fairlane and brought it into its styling studios while they prepared their response, which was the HK Holden Brougham. While the Holden Brougham offered a number of luxury features, including a brocade interior, the car, from a styling point of view, was too close to the Holden Premier, apart from an extended boot lid and rear quarter panels. And it unfortunately met with some derision from the market, who wanted something to stand out and be more differentiated from the standard vehicles. And consequently, the Brougham did not sell anywhere near as many vehicles as the Fairlane. Chrysler offered its response in the form of the VE VIP. The VIP was a badge that was taken from the Plymouth VIP in the United States, which was a luxury version of the Fury package. And this car had 2 inches in extra length in terms of its wheelbase, but again, stylistically was too close to the Valiant Regal to really make headway. Of interest, though, was the fact that the VIP in the VE model was also offered as a VIP station wagon. And I thought this was quite interesting, and it was a bit of a precursor to what both Ford and Holden did by offering luxury wagon variants. Namely, if you think of the XF Fairmont Gear wagon and also the VL Calais wagon. Fair to say, though, these variants in terms of luxury wagons were never big sellers. The Fairlane Custom offered the bench seat, which was available as an option on the Fairlane 500, although not chosen very often, because most owners preferred the luxury of the twin comfort lounge seats. A 3.6 litre 6-cylinder engine with column manual transmission, which was fully synchro-meshed. Custom owners could, though, order the 5-litre Mustang V8 and Cruiser-Matic select shift transmission. Also available as options on the Custom were power front disc brakes, power steering, and a vinyl roof. But by the time you ordered those options, you may as well have bought a Fairlane 500. The Fairlane 500, which was by far the top-selling model, offered the 5-litre Mustang V8 engine, 302 cubic inch. That was also reflected in the XT Falcon range as well. The Select Shift Cruiser-Matic automatic transmission, power steering, power brakes, individually adjustable, fully reclining, twin comfort front seats, fitted deep pile carpeting, 2-speed heated demister, which was also in the Custom, Select Air fresh ventilation system, a cigar lighter as opposed to a cigarette lighter, reversing lights, reversible keys, keyless door locking system, courtesy lights on all 4 doors, glove box light, reading lights in the rear compartment, a luggage compartment light, a 35 amp alternator, full luxury wheel covers, an electric clock and full instrumentation, which included ammeter and oil pressure gauges. Exterior colours included jet black, polar white, mountain blue, saffron beige, academy grey, green haze, springtime yellow, vintage burgundy, sunrise bronze, peacock green, night mist blue, zircon green, sapphire blue, frosted pewter, stratosphere grey metallic. Interiors, depending on the model, but in the 500 included blue mist, light olive, parchment, burgundy or charcoal. Options on the Fairlane 500 included vinyl roof, radial and white wall tyres, laminated graduated tinted windscreen and a push-button radio. Both cars were fitted with lap sash seatbelts. The new rear taillights for the ZB Fairlane were taken directly from the 1967 Ford Fairlane in the United States. The fuel filler was also relocated in the boot area to improve luggage capacity. My brother had a white ZB Fairlane back in the day, which was a pretty cool car. He bought that at relatively low cost and it was in immaculate condition. In the 1980s, these cars, they really could be had for very little money. And I'm sure many subscribers out there can recount stories of buying these cars, particularly during fuel shortages when people were really turning away from larger cars. Also, my mate, J. Walter Thompson, he also owned a ZB Fairlane. I think he still might have it today. And it was in a lovely condition. There's a couple of pictures of it here. Ford was on a roll with the Fairlane. It dominated the market in the luxury segment. It provided a big influence for more senior executives who ran large fleets to also consider driving or buying Falcons and other cars for their reps if they themselves drove a Fairlane. And so this was a very important part of the strategy of Ford Australia to really drive market share. The instrumentation continued with that Lincoln type theme, which was also featured on our local Ford Galaxies in terms of right-hand drive, and the padded steering wheel was also symptomatic of where auto manufacturers were going to enhance safety of their products. In total, there were 10,708 ZB Fairlanes produced, and it put Ford in an excellent position as they developed their next model, the Fairlane ZC. But that's for another episode. Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode on the ZB Fairlane. Please make sure you give a thumbs up to the episode and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.